our little baby Bean. There are some days I'm so tired, some days I have a little bit more energy. Big little baby. I told Al I want to be pregnant every year forever now. Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. If you are new, I'm assuming that there's gonna be some new people in this video just given the nature of the video. If you are brand new here, my name is Brooke and I really started this YouTube channel not for like motherhood activity, but I am pregnant, so it's kind of just a natural shift that's probably going to happen. But I started making YouTube videos really just to document my journey as a military wife, and then it kind of turned into us making just fun travel videos together. So if any of that kind of stuff interests you, then definitely go watch some old ones. But since finding out that I am pregnant with our first baby, I decided to just kind of document my experience with each trimester. So welcome to the first trimester recap. My husband and I decided that we don't really want to share our pregnancy to social media for a while. We just kind of want to enjoy this moment of peace, and we will definitely share when we are ready, but these videos will probably go up after our baby is born. But I really wanted to make them because even before I was ever pregnant, I loved watching these types of videos and just watching people's pregnancy journeys. Today I am 7 weeks, 1 day pregnant, and I'm just gonna go through and kind of talk through my experience and show you guys little clips throughout each trimester. So I guess I'll start this video with kind of talking about what I'm feeling right now, but also kind of talking about how I found out I was pregnant. I found out pretty early, a couple of days before my period was due. To kind of preface this, my husband and I have been married for 4 years, and we were pretty content on waiting to have kids, but I did go off of the birth control pill last year, actually in August of 2023. Today is August 6th, by the way, 2024. But last year in August, I went off the birth control pill for other reasons. I did not go off of it so that we could start trying to have a baby. I really went off of it just for my own personal health. I have been on the birth control pill since I was 16. So at that point I had been on it for 8 years, and I just really wanted to know what my body was like off the pill. I just wanted to know, you know, what my body would do, because I went on the pill because I had such irregular cycles, and we knew that we wanted to someday have a baby. So that I had this fear in my mind that, like, well, what if I go off the pill and then I have these super irregular cycles again? Like, you know, I kind of would rather know that well in advance before we do start trying. And one of my very best friends had went off the pill for her own personal reasons too. And so her and I, you know, she talked a lot of wisdom to me, and she had a really great experience. Just like, she loved her body off the pill, and that was really inspiring to me. So I was like, okay, maybe I could try that too. And my husband and I accepted the fact that it is risky, you know, like we both agreed that we would be okay if we got pregnant, but we weren't trying. So that was a year ago. Flash forward to now, we still were not trying for this pregnancy. I will say it was a little bit unexpected, but not completely unexpected given the circumstances that I just explained. But although this baby wasn't 100% in our plan right now, we are so excited. We are really ready for this, and we already love this baby so very much. So it just goes to show that it can be a little bit unplanned, but very much wanted still. So because of that, I always kind of kept some pregnancy tests just under my bathroom counter, because since going off the pill, you know, there were months that I was like a little bit scared when I was starting to feel some things, but it never ended up being a pregnancy. So this month, this past month, I should say, I didn't really feel much, except for I felt like my boobs were incredibly sore, and they always get a little bit sore before my cycle starts. So I didn't really think much of it, except this is kind of a funny story. We went to the pool. It's summer right now, it's really hot. So we went to the pool and I jumped off the high dive, and you guys, the feeling of my boobs hitting the water was like excruciating. It wasn't just like, ooh, that's a little sore. It literally felt like somebody was stabbing them. I'm not kidding. So that kind of prompted me to take a test. So This was on a Thursday. We went to the pool. Next morning on Friday, I didn't even tell my husband. I just woke up and I had to work early. So I took the test with first morning urine and I got right in the shower. I didn't think I was pregnant. I guess I was kind of just like, that was weird. And I kind of wanted to rule it out because my period was due in a few days. So I'm like, I could just wait and I probably will get my period. But I was in my head, I was like starting to overthink it. So I was like, okay, well, I'll just test, you know? And I got like a very faint line, and I'll put up the pictures here. It's hard to see in the pictures. In person, it was obviously a lot more clear, but I was like, what is that? Like, I feel like I see a faint line. And this was just on a cheap little strip test. So I took 2 more of those cheap little tests, and they both had what looked like a very faint line. And I was like, I see it on these too. So I did have a first response. And I really only wanted to save that for like when I was really having a scare, because those are like not cheap. But I was like, okay, I want to take this test because I'm like, I see a faint line on these little cheap strip tests. And I took it, and as the pee was like going across the test, I could see a very faint line form. And I literally was like, because I just knew, I just saw it. Like, I've taken pregnancy tests in the past, and I know sometimes there's a such thing as like an indent line or a shadow line. So in my head, I'm thinking like, am I seeing that? But then I'm also like, no, this looks different. So I ran into the bedroom. My husband was still sleeping. I woke him up. I was like panicking. I was like, babe, are you awake? And I freaked him out, and I feel really bad about that. But he like shot up out of bed, and I was like, I just took a test because like my boobs hurt bad and I feel like I see a faint line. And I handed it to him, and he was like looking at it, you know, he's like groggy in the morning, and he's like, I really don't see a line. And come to find out now, he says he did see a faint line, but he just wanted me to calm down in that moment. And I was like, okay, but you should have told me if you saw a faint line, because here then I am thinking I'm crazy, like, oh no, I didn't. Then at that point I was like, okay, maybe not, you know, maybe not. I sent it to a friend for an opinion, and she said she saw a faint line. So I was like, okay. So I took one again. This was on a Friday. I took one again the next day on Saturday. And again, it was like faint, looked like there could be a line there. But then I'm like, am I getting in my head? My husband was like, maybe I see it, maybe not. So we just made this, like, we made a pact. We're like, okay, tomorrow morning, which would be Sunday morning, we're gonna go out and we're gonna buy 2 digitals and 2 more like strip tests. So we got the digital one that says pregnant or not pregnant. We got the digital one that says yes or no. And then we got the clear blue with the cross. And then we got the first response with the 2 pink lines, or red lines, whatever they are. And we took them all at the same time, first morning urine. Set a timer. I was like, I'm not gonna sit here and watch it go across because I'm just gonna like overanalyze it. We went out and sat together, and we were just like, okay, we kind of accepted, like, we're gonna walk in there, and you know, whatever we find out is gonna be our, either it's not, you know, and it's whatever, or this is our new life, you know. And we were like nervous and excited, you know, because again, this wasn't 100% planned, but we also like, we knew we wanted kids. And me going off the pill last year was us accepting that, you know, if this happens for us, then it happens for us. And we walk in, they are all blaringly positive. The lines definitely got darker, and the 2 digitals were positive. And I'll put a picture here of what we saw when we walked in there. We were definitely just in shock at first. Like, me and my husband are both loud, outgoing people, and for once we both were like silenced. It was kind of funny. We just held each other for like 3 minutes straight and just like hugged, and it was a beautiful moment. It was definitely a moment of like, wow, this is, you know, this is real. And then we just laid on the couch and just talked about everything under the sun, you know, everything that you don't even have to talk about right now. We just talked about everything, and that was it. And you know, the lines obviously continued to get darker. My period never came, and here we are today. So that's kind of the story of how we found out. And like I said, we are really excited now. And once it set in, and once the lines got really dark, it was like, yes, I scheduled my first appointment, and when I had called, the doctor thought I was about 5 weeks. It turns out when I found out I was pregnant, I was about 4 weeks, because they base it off the first date of your last period. And because I am a late ovulator, I am measuring like a week behind what quote unquote is typical, which isn't like a big deal. It made me nervous at first, but I totally understand it now. So we just had our first ultrasound, and here is our little baby bean. It's just a little tiny bean. You can see it here. You can see the yolk sac, and I think this is like its little tail, because when you look at what this looks like, I was 6 weeks 4 days at this scan, and they put baby and yeah, the other picture is like pretty much the same thing, but I think it's really cute already. I think it looks like a little jelly bean. I call it my little baby bean. But yeah, I'm so in love with this. I can't stop looking at my scan. We saw a heartbeat right away. I was so nervous for the first appointment because, you know, the moment you find out you're pregnant, it's like you just picture this new life. And going into that appointment, I was like accepting the fact that, you know, we could find out here, maybe it's not growing right, or maybe there's not a heartbeat, or, you know, maybe the pregnancy isn't viable or something like that. But right away, I did a transvaginal ultrasound. So right away when they put the ultrasound probe in and I could see this on the screen, I saw the heart beating right away, and I was just like, so relieved. I was like, thank you. I think I told her like thank you so many times, the ultrasound tech. But everything's going good so far. That was a couple days ago, so now I'm 7 weeks 1 day. And as far as my symptoms go, I'm feeling a lot of things. I'll start from like what came first. So obviously the sore boobs was like my first even indication that I was pregnant, and it came later than I thought. Like I always thought that people who found out they were pregnant, they were having like these symptoms for a while, but for me, I didn't really start feeling anything until a couple of days before my period was supposed to come, and they're still very sore and swollen. Sorry, I mean, if you don't like talking about female body stuff, this probably isn't the video for you, so go ahead and click off. But yes, they are sore and swollen. I naturally have a larger chest anyways, so it's probably not that like noticeable to other people, but to me it's like, oh my gosh. But the fatigue hit me very fast. Like right after I found out I was pregnant, I started instantly being tired all the time. Like I'm not a napper, but now I definitely am a napper. And even if I don't take naps throughout the day, I could for sure. Like right now I could go lay down and fall asleep for a few hours, just because it's like I'll do something and then I'm like instantly tired. And it's like then I have a little bit more energy to go do something else, then I'm instantly tired. I would say the tiredness comes and goes in waves though. There are days I feel better, and then there are days when I like literally just need to sleep all day. It hits me in the evenings a lot. Like I never really was a night owl, but now it's like I go to bed earlier than I used to for sure. I have felt some mild cramping ever since finding out I was pregnant, and it's slightly different than period cramps. It's like in the same spot. Like I know it's my uterus, but it feels different. It's not painful. It's just kind of this like weird twinge feeling. It's hard to describe. It's like it's there, and I feel it at night a lot. Yeah, it's really hard to describe because it's not painful, but it feels like the start of a period cramp where you like start to have that sensation. Earlier on, it was like a zapping pain almost. Like it almost felt like I had like bolts of electricity in my uterus. It was unique. I've never really felt anything like that before. As of recently, a couple days ago, I started having a little bit of nausea, and that was always something I thought came right away. Like I thought people that nausea was like what they felt before they even missed their period. But for me, it came a little bit later, and it's still not really bad yet. I haven't actually thrown up yet, but if my stomach is empty, like if I don't eat every couple hours, I get very nauseous, to the point where like I need to lay down and close my eyes, and it's pretty bad in the morning. So I understand why they call it like morning sickness. It's because, you know, you haven't eaten when you sleep. I haven't eaten for however many hours. So then when I wake up, it's like my stomach is empty, and as soon as I like roll over to get out of bed, I'm like, oh no, I need to lay down for a little bit. My doctor had mentioned keeping like some snacks bedside. That way, right when I wake up, I can just like eat some crackers or something. I'm definitely gonna have a little snack bag bedside, because this morning I felt it pretty strong again. It's like I can't get out of bed right away anymore, because I need to just like let the nausea pass and like eat a little something. And it's throughout the day too, but like I said, it's for me, it's mostly strong in the morning, but I do experience it throughout the day as well. So I've become a snacker. I've found, I think I'll be okay though, as long as the nausea doesn't get stronger, because I just have to change my eating habits. Before getting pregnant, I was somebody who really only ate meals, and I really only ate like 2 meals a day. I wasn't a big breakfast eater before getting pregnant. I would pretty much just wake up, and then I would wait to eat until like lunchtime, and I would have a meal, and then I would wait to eat until dinner time and have another meal. Like I wasn't really a snacker, but now I just need to change my eating habits a little bit and snack throughout the day. So I've been doing that. I went out and bought some variety packs of goldfish because that sounded really good to me. Along that line, I'm starting to have, whoops, so windy. Can't lose this, huh? I'm starting to have a little bit of food aversion going on, specifically to meat. Like when I look in my fridge, first of all, the smell of my fridge is like no. And that's another thing I forgot to mention, is like I do have a heightened sense of smell right now. I can tell because I have 2 dogs and 2 cats, and they smell extra like dog and cat. Like I can always smell them now, and it's like it drives me crazy, but I have to realize that it's just my sense of smell right now. But going back to the food thing, I have to like brace myself when I open it, because all the smells in the fridge hit you at once, and it's just a little bit too much for me right now. But looking at like, we have some like sausage sticks in the fridge, we have lunch meat in the fridge. Looking at that kind of stuff makes me feel like nauseous. So there are certain foods right now that I used to love eating that I just can't even think about eating anymore. And it's mostly meat, like it's mostly like beef and sausage and stuff like that. Really the only thing that sounds good to me right now is like noodles and cheese. Like mac and cheese sounds so good. I've been like absolutely craving tomato soup these past couple of weeks. Like I could eat a bowl of tomato soup every single day. So like stuff like that sounds good to me. Meat is even thinking about eating chicken, too much for me. And eggs right now, forget it. Like that sounds, I mean, eggs and chicken have always been weird for me. I've called it like my ick for a while, is the chicken and egg ick. But now that I'm pregnant, it's like I can't even like look at it if we have it in the fridge. It like grosses me out. That's really what I've been feeling Oh, hold on, I forgot the biggest one. I have been so bloated. Like I'm somebody who hormonally bloats. Like around my cycle, whenever there's a change in my hormones, I bloat. Like I know that about myself ever since going off the pill and tracking my cycles. I bloat really bad. This pregnancy bloat is insane. Like I literally feel like I feel like I'm showing already, and I like know that I'm not, because the baby is like this big, but the bloat is like, it's like my stomach is like hard and it hurts. Like it doesn't hurt bad, but I can tell that I'm like experiencing like abdominal bloat. Like it's definitely a thing. And I thought I was crazy until I like read more about it and heard others' experiences with it. So I just want to put out this like PSA that pregnancy bloat is so real. Your hormones are changing so rapidly that bloating, some people might not bloat bad, but some people like me, I'm bloating really bad. And I'll show you my belly throughout these videos, but right now all you're really gonna see is the bloat because it's pretty bad. But yes, that is like the biggest thing that came on really fast was like how bloated I am. I wake up bloated. Like it's not like from eating or anything, because I just wake up bloated. Like normally when I would wake up is like when my stomach would be like the smallest. I mean, I'm gonna put it out there, I don't have a flat stomach to begin with. Like I'm not gonna claim that I do, but this is like a whole new level of like big stomach. But yes, and along with the hormone change too, I have had a little bit of frequent urination. Like I've been peeing a lot more, which one of my best friends just had her baby, and she really was like, no, that is normal, because I was thinking like, I thought you had frequent urination when you're pregnant because your baby's big and like pushing on your bladder, which that is true later on, but when you're early pregnancy, like your hormones changing does cause you to pee more. And I didn't know that, so I'm like, why is my body being so dramatic? But yes, that is all definitely a part of it. I've been experiencing that a lot. That's pretty much it for symptoms. I'm happy I remembered the bloating, because that's like my biggest thing. So I'll show you. I'm wearing this baby doll dress right now because of the bloat. I've been like not really, my jeans are just like tighter and everything, but I have bike shorts on underneath here. I promise I'm not just gonna flash you guys, but I'll show you what my belly is looking like right now. So I have on my bike shorts, but you can see here, this is what it's looking like. Yes, I am very bloated today. Like my belly here is like hard and hurts, but oh, there you can see it a little bit better. I'm hoping to kind of document my belly growing right now, but this is really all I got to work with today. These little baby doll dresses, I have them in 3 different colors. I've been wearing them like every single day because they're so comfy and breathable, and I feel like I can just be free in them and not have to wear tight jeans or anything. But yes, so this video got long. I will update you in a couple of weeks, or maybe next week, I don't know. I have to pee so bad, it physically hurts. I'm getting an ultrasound today. I'm 8 weeks, so I guess you could say it's like an 8-week ultrasound. I'm just really nervous because it's like every week at this phase I just get more and more nervous. But I have my good luck charm on. It says mama to be. My mother-in-law made me this sweet bracelet, but I'm just trying to breathe. I'm just nervous, and I hope everything goes well, but I gotta go in now. Okay, you guys, we have a perfect little baby gummy bear. I got so many pictures today. I don't know if you can see how long this is. She printed out so many pictures for me, which was just amazing. But we have the perfect little baby measuring exactly on time, 8 weeks, 1 day today. It's hard to see. I had them write hi dad because Al couldn't be here today, but you can see it has little arm and leg nubs, and it's just beautiful. The last time I saw a picture of baby, it was just a little tiny little bean, and now it actually looks like something, which is crazy. But I got to hear the heartbeat, and I instantly started crying because that's just really my big thing right now, is just wanting to see the heart. But it was 169, which is crazy. And my last appointment it was 118, which was good for like a 6-week gestational age heart rate. But now that I'm 8 weeks, I was definitely hoping for that to be higher. Just perfect and beautiful, and I'm just so happy and blessed. I just sent Al a picture of the hi dad one and it's just perfect. It's just this bliss right now of this. I did go to a private ultrasound clinic, so I just want to say, like, if you're pregnant or you're gonna be pregnant someday, don't feel guilty about doing stuff like this. Like, this has eased my mind so much today. Any excuse I can to see baby right now is worth every penny for me personally. So don't feel bad about going out of your way to like do ultrasounds and stuff. I'm 8 weeks, 1 day, and I bought the first present for myself for a baby, kind of. It's a big Polaroid, and we're gonna take weekly pictures of the belly. But I need your daddy's help for this one. Isn't it pretty? I'm gonna turn like towards the TV. Thank you, Benny. Thank you, my baby. Thank you, my baby. Hi, everybody. I'm gonna be doing a little 10-week update, I guess. I'm 10 weeks and 1 day today. And I did my first update like after I found out about everything and confirmed it, and then I did an 8-week. So I think I'll do for this first trimester video like a 10-week and then a 12-week, and then I'll probably do it right at the end of the 13 weeks before I'm out of the first trimester, which is kind of crazy that it's only like a month away. It's really wild. But yeah, I don't really know where I'm going with these like trimester update videos or these trimester recap videos. So if they seem a little unorganized, especially in this beginning one, I am sorry. And I also don't think I ever told you guys my due date. So if I didn't, I will say it now. I am due on March 24th, 2025. You know, obviously that doesn't mean that's the day baby's coming, but it's kind of a cool time of year. I'm very happy with the pregnancy timeline because I don't have to be heavily pregnant in the summer. I mean, we found out about it in July, so I was technically pregnant in the summer, but I wasn't like big and like, I haven't ever been pregnant before, but I feel like I hear people say that they do not like being big in the summer. But 10 weeks, 1 day, I honestly feel very good this week. My fatigue, it comes and goes. Honestly, there are some days I'm so tired. Some days I have a little bit more energy, which I feel like goes with any other symptom. I'm still sore in this region. I haven't really been feeling very sick. I don't know if I mentioned this in my last update, but I was having a little bit of nausea and stuff going on, but it was only when I wasn't eating a lot. So now that I know that about myself this pregnancy, that I get a little bit nauseous when I don't have like food in my stomach, I've been staying ahead of it. I've been eating a lot of crackers, granola bars, apples. Like I keep things on me so I can just snack throughout the day. And it has been helping a lot because I haven't really been feeling that sick, which is good. And when I first wake up in the morning, I usually need a second to like breathe before I get out of bed because I know I'm like usually pretty nauseous in the morning. But other than that, I haven't been sick, which has been really good. I had some really kind of nasty food aversions going on where I was in this horrible phase where every time I would open my fridge and like look for something to eat, nothing looked good. It all looked disgusting, which is so sad. Or one day I would be like, this is amazing, I'm gonna eat spaghetti or I'm gonna eat whatever. The very next day, I couldn't even look at it. And so that's just really not fun for leftovers because I am a leftover person. Like we usually here, it's just me and my husband, so we'll make like a big portion of food for dinner and then we have leftovers for like a while. So that has been a little frustrating. That comes and goes also. There are days when that's not so bad, and then there are days when it doesn't take much for me to be like completely grossed out by a food item. So that's been a little bit rough, but other than that, I feel really good. I just am so grateful, and and you know, the further I get pregnant, I am just so grateful that I am able to carry this baby. And even when I do feel something that's maybe not so pleasant, I'm just like, it's just a really great reminder of like how blessed I feel to be carrying this baby, and it kind of makes the symptoms suck a little less, I guess I could say. I've been trying to lead with a very grateful heart this pregnancy. Something really exciting that happened a couple days ago, so I would have been 9 weeks and 5 days, I think. I found the baby's heartbeat on my home Doppler, and I'm not going to show you here because it literally takes me like 20 minutes to find it. And it's really easy to get a little bit tricked at first and think you're hearing baby's heartbeat. But my own heartbeat is obviously a lot slower, and you hear that a lot around your lower region. But then I'm going to put a video of the baby's and you can hear how much faster it is. So that was honestly just amazing. I wasn't expecting to really find it as early as I did, but I'm grateful that I was able to find it. At my last ultrasound, the tech had said that it looks like my placenta was developing at the back of my uterus, which she said, like, obviously things can shift, but typically when your placenta's in the back, you can feel baby movements a little bit sooner on the spectrum of when people feel it. You get really good clear ultrasound pictures, and like finding the heartbeat with a fetal Doppler is usually a little bit easier. So that would make sense, you know, if my placenta's not in the way or if it's not developing there, it might be, baby might be more front. So that would be really cool. But I want to say this, if you are pregnant right now and you cannot find your baby's heartbeat on a Doppler, do not worry, because for one, finding it out, some people have a really hard time finding it even when they are, you know, 20 plus weeks. It's hard to find it, but this is an extremely early time to find it. Like it is not typical to be able to just find it this early, and baby moves. So if you find it one day and not the next, I know it can send a lot of people into a frenzy, and I do use my home Doppler with a lot of care and caution, because I know that it can cause a lot of anxiety, but it can also, if you truly feel like something is wrong with baby, you should go in or call. Like, don't rely on the home Doppler. So that's my little PSA about the home Doppler, because it can be great, but I have been reading and hearing a lot of people's stories about just to be careful when you use it, because it can do one of two things: give you false hope when something, you know, if you're listening to your body, go in, or it can give you false like anxiety and fear because you can't find it one day. So that has been a really exciting thing. I guess that's been pretty much the newest thing. I feel very big. I'll show you my belly. I do want to show my belly and be very vulnerable, because for one, it's a beautiful thing. I have this really cute little outfit on today. As per the usual, I'm wearing my baby doll dress, but I just feel very pregnant. I know that this isn't all baby, trust me. I'm not sitting here being like, my baby's all here, but I can already feel that things are like shifting up. I have bike shorts on under here, so don't be alarmed, but I can already feel things shifting up, and like it's harder up here in places that it used to not be hard. So I know baby's tiny and down here, but for one, the pregnancy bloat is definitely still a thing. But I want to normalize this, because I feel like, you know, a lot of people don't talk about the fact that you can be big early on, and yes, it's not baby, but it's still pregnancy related. And you know, in the beginning I was always like, oh my gosh, I'm being so dramatic, like I have this big belly but baby's like this big. But it's all pregnancy related. Embrace it. Rub your bloated belly like you are about to give birth, and walk around and just embrace it, because this is all part of it. But I do feel very big. I bought this really fun little skeleton onesie for Halloween, and I put it on last night, and it's gonna be so cute around Halloween time, but I truly feel like I've got a baby bump going on, and I'm just embracing it. I'm rolling with it. I'm not trying to hide it. I mean, it's still summer, so I've been lucky. I've been wearing a lot of dresses and stuff, but I've just been rolling with it. I have an ultrasound this week on Friday. Maybe I'll pop on and do a quick little update about how it went and everything. Did I say I have an ultrasound? I mean, I have an appointment. I don't know if they're doing an ultrasound or not. This is all brand new to me. I don't really know what they do at this 10-week appointment. Basically, I may go take a nap right now. I don't know. I just got done with work, and I started a new job as a preschool teacher part-time, so it's been nice to kind of have something to do in the morning, and then I have time to come home and nap if I want to do so. So it's been good for pregnancy. Today I'm 13 weeks and 4 days. I don't really even know when the second trimester officially starts, so I'm just gonna call it at 14 weeks to be safe. But this is gonna be my last first trimester little update. Here's what we're looking like. Definitely definitely starting to pop a little more. These jeans are from Goodwill. They're men's. I've just given up on trying to wear my jeans like I used to, because none of them fit anymore way up here. So I've just been buying like oversized jeans from thrift stores, but I actually think this look is kind of cute with like a baggy pair of jeans and a bodysuit. But honestly, I feel so fantastic. I am just so grateful that I had the first trimester that I had. I wasn't really sick. I had a couple of like food aversions going on. Everything I had was very minor though compared to what a lot of people experience. So I'm looking forward to the second trimester. I already feel like these past 2 weeks my energy has started to come back a little bit, which is amazing. I've been getting out a lot at night and kind of like walking or running here and there. I'm trying to stay active as much as I can this pregnancy. But I don't really have much else to say. I am just so grateful for the energy, little kick of energy I've been having, I should say. It's been nice. And my evenings, I don't need to just go to sleep super early anymore. But I honestly feel fantastic. I am just counting my blessings with this beautiful baby. I have to show you the ultrasound picture actually, just wait. The cutest little head. I just love them. The whole time they were like feeling everything. They were like going like this the whole time. Literally bouncing off the walls. That's it for now, and we'll see you in the second trimester video. Yeah. I love being pregnant. I told Al I want to be pregnant every year forever now.